Hey y'all, Steve here, and I am so lucky. I've got Jerry Dilsaver in front of me, one of North Carolina's premier fishermen and one of North Carolina's premier sports fishing writers. I mean, this guy is known all over the state, and he has agreed to give us his thoughts on this weekend's NCKFA kayak fishing tournament, the Oak Island Classic. Jerry, what do you think's happening out here? What's going on?
Well, Steve, after that introduction, man, I feel like I've really got to come up with a gym here. I don't know that I can do that, but let me start with weather. It looks like we're going to have wonderful weather for this event. We're here the first morning. Guys have already launched for the Ocean Division. Unfortunately, I got called to a meeting a little later, so I won't be fishing today, but I'll be back tomorrow and Saturday. Starting with the ocean, we've got, I'm sure you've got some footage of it, we've got a dang near calm ocean this morning. Great for the guys that are going out there. There are some storms way out on the horizon, but they're not forecast to get here till after fishing ends. So we should get in a whole day. There is bait. Now we're launching at low tide this morning, so the bait's a little further off, and guys are having to go out and then throw their cast nets off their kayaks as opposed to from the beach like they can often do, or use snag rigs to get into schools of pogies and catch them off. But there is bait, and then it's calm. The water is extremely warm. We're probably 8 to 10 degrees warmer than we should be at this time of year, and so the fish are not as thick as they would normally be, but they could show up at any time. We got a real good report yesterday. There were a couple of kings caught off of Ocean Crest Pier, which is the west boundary of this tournament. And if they were caught off the pier, they were in 12 to 16 feet of water. So people should pay attention to that. That could be a good thing to remember for where you're going. We're seeing a scattering of the big bull reds. They're not thick yet, but when you find them, they are thick. They're not everywhere, but typically when you find one, there is a school there. The place I'd suggest looking for them is under the schools of pogies. If you see a school of pogies that's flipping on the surface and they're staying in the same place, they're probably not being harassed. If that bait school is moving, there's something pushing it. And look for the mud ball and fish between the school and the mud ball. That's where they're running from. That's where the action is going to be, down underneath it. There were some nice gray trout caught on the reef yesterday, on the Upon Reef, and they're going to be scattered around on the different little rocks and stuff that are closer in. There's some flounder on the reef. They disappeared a few weeks ago and have been trickling back, so there are some of them around. Spanish mackerel, there have been some real big ones. So the Ocean Division looks like it has a lot of potential. We're just hoping that those big kings and big drums show up in numbers. Inshore, it's going to be a matter of where you go. The trout have been biting well early, even on top waters. My suggestion there is, if you don't have bait early, if you want to fish with live bait and don't have it early, go fish for an hour or so as soon as you can launch, and use some top waters or some suspending baits and catch your trout early. Then come back in and get you some live bait and go back after your flounder and drum. Look for places that it interrupts the current. We're going to be fishing a rising tide in the morning and a falling tide in the afternoon. Both of them move bait, have good potential. This might be a year though that you want to, instead of worrying about being at check-in at 2 on that inshore when it first opens, you might want to fish till the last possible minute to take advantage of that falling tide that's going to start about 11. And because as it sweeps bait out of the creeks, your drum and trout and flounder are going to gather at the creek mouths to feed on them. So we've got a good scenario all the way around. We've got good weather. I expect when we see the awards Saturday night, there's going to be some pretty long lengths.
Jerry, thank you for the update. Can I do one more thing with you?
Sure.
I want to be on the video with you. What about you, Thomas?
Why show her?
Let's get in the video. Let me turn this camera. We're going to be in this video with Jerry Dilsaver. All right, come on, Thomas.
Okay.
Get in. Everybody squeeze in. My arm's only so long.
Hey, and the camera still works.
Yeah, it's still going. All right, y'all. This has been the Jerry Dilsaver Oak Island Classic update. Thank you, Jerry.
Sure thing. You're welcome. I hope maybe somebody finds something useful in that.
All right, y'all. See you soon.
All right.
Love it.